Today on 9 News Mornings, better dig out that winter coat. A cold front is moving in. How the snow will impact the rest of the season. Once the weather gets warmer, you'll soon be able to hike at Hanging Lake and Glenwood Canyon again. The progress being made on the trail after a wildfire and mudslides destroyed it. And we continue our coverage on auto thefts in the state. It's already a bad situation to get your car stolen. It gets even worse after you find out the price to get it back. 9 News Morning starts now. Taking a live look at the Eisenhower Tunnel, very dark this morning. High fire danger and red flag warnings today ahead of a winter storm watch tomorrow into Saturday. Welcome to May in Colorado. One extreme to the next in just a matter of hours, right? Good morning, Corey and Natasha with you. Gary is on assignment today.
Good morning. Yeah, that is so true. May in Colorado. We've got team coverage this morning. Ed's going to update us on the forecast for today heading to the weekend. Darius Johnson's going to explain how this big swing in temperatures is going to impact us. But first, we want to start with Ed. Big storm coming.
Yeah, it really is. This storm, as we've been saying all week long, is getting colder and stronger. It's got more snow, and we're going to see more of it as a result. As we take a look right now, we've got 62 degrees, just a few clouds around. We're going to continue to see the clouds increase today, and as it does, maybe a few scattered showers as a result. That's ahead of the next system coming our way. Tomorrow morning, we could see some rain showers. By tomorrow afternoon, here is snow right here in the city. Maybe 3 to 6 inches falls. Here's the result. A winter storm watch in the blue shaded area, winter storm warning in the red shaded area for up to 2 feet of snow, 6 to 12 to the south of that, and the greater metro area probably 3 to 6 inches. Keep in mind, though, it's going to be that wet snow. The ground is warm. It's going to melt as it hits the ground. Maybe some of the grassy areas it adds up on. That's really going to be about it. But look at the change. 88 degrees today. 72 is normal. Tomorrow, well below normal. 46 degrees with that rain changing over to snow. Then on Saturday, 40 degrees is going to be the high with rain and snow showers scattered around. A little bit better on Sunday. 56. Might see a peek at the sunshine with a couple of scattered rain showers. Boy, this time of year, we can't expect the snow, but it can play havoc. So let's go to Darius Johnson and explain just what we can expect out of all this.
Hey there, Ed. You know, one thing that we need to remember, think back to December right before the Marshall Fire. We were dry and we were really looking forward to that New Year's Eve storm. However, the winds beat it, contributing to the most destructive wildfire in our state. Now, as we continue to say, Colorado is extremely dry, but let's give you a little bit of context. Right now, we have critical fire weather with increasing winds ahead of it. So far, there's been very little moisture in what's usually our wettest month out of the year, and the 1 inch of rain that we've received right here in May is already gone after basking in the sun.
We can use that early May storm as an example of what will happen after this storm, right? And the difference is going to be, it's going to be even warmer after this storm because the average temperature starts to really go up into June.
Now, another thing that Corey tells me is he's worried about the potential that this fire season has. He's easily looking at it compared to the 2018 fire season. Remember that year, that was the Spring Creek fire, leaving behind so much devastation in many of those communities. We're live this morning in the backyard. I'm Darius Johnson for 9 News Mornings.
It's going to have a huge impact. Darius, thank you. And when the weather was nice, it tricked some Coloradans into thinking it was safe to plant this season. But this storm could bring one of the latest freezes in Denver history. You'll want some of those plants and veggies covered. So meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen again joins us to share some tips.
At Ector's Garden Center, any purchase usually comes with a warning about late freezes on the Front Range.
So anything that's a tender plant, we say after May 20th is kind of your safety zone, but usually people do gamble a little bit. So
Julie Ector, manager at Ector's Garden Center, says not to stress the incoming winter storm. If you've already put your tender plants like tomatoes in the ground, simple steps can save them. She says just cover them up. Use a bucket or a trash can, or a tarp will work. Just make sure the enclosure doesn't collapse from heavy snow or make contact with the leaves.
also water really well before the storm. If the soil has moisture in it, it actually creates more insulation than the plants than if the soil is dry.
The time to cover up is Thursday night. This storm will likely bring 3 days of damaging temperatures to tender plants. The coldest temperatures could come on Sunday morning, which would tie for the 8th latest freeze in Denver history.
It's Colorado. You gotta You gotta roll with it here, I think.
Julie envies gardeners that go up against Colorado weather. She says veggies are tough. All they need is a little help.
If they do get damaged, don't completely write them off. Give them a little bit of time and see if they do come back, because plants can be pretty resilient.
Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, 9 News.
Yeah, such a bummer. I hope that people can, save their plants. Ectors has a list of all the flowers and vegetables that are considered to be tender plants. Those will be the most susceptible to freeze damage. We're going to share that list at 9news.com.
And we do want to get you out the door this morning. We're taking a look at a very quiet I-25 right around Castle Pines Parkway this morning. No problems in your northbound or southbound lanes along that stretch of I-25. And the big picture is looking great so far as well. We're just looking at green across the metro area. You're driving to Commerce City, a quick 10 minutes on westbound 76 for your drive-in from E470. Both sides of 225 in good shape. No delays here between I-70 and I-25. That southbound ride is a quick 10 minutes, 14 minutes or less for your travel time on I-25 between downtown and the Denver Tech Center. If you're getting ready to travel on I-70 between I-25 and 225, that drive under 10 minutes both ways.
The Great Sand Dunes National Park says a lightning strike started a fire along the entrance road on Wednesday afternoon. The Madonna fire has burned about 300 acres of grassland there. They closed the visitor center and the park for a bit yesterday, but is back open now. Containment on the fire is up to 80%. A couple hours west, the Plumtaw fire burning north of Pagosa Springs has slowed down significantly, thankfully. It's grown a little more than 100 acres since last night, sitting at 735 acres. Firefighters are focusing on keeping the fire away from the Lost Valley neighborhood. They're going to be facing those hot, dry conditions once again today.
Yesterday, the Lakewood police officer who was hurt while confronting a gunman who had killed 5 people shared her story for the first time. It's been 4 months since the gunman shot Agent Ashley Ferris in the stomach. Police say she killed the gunman in a shootout in Belmar after his shooting spree across Denver and Lakewood in December. Ferris needed 2 surgeries, 3 weeks in the hospital, and ongoing physical rehab. She's planning to go back to the department on light duty next week and hopefully back to patrol in the next few months.
When I was hit in the abdomen, the bullet fragmented, and the fragments actually hit my sciatic nerve. My right leg was paralyzed on scene. I couldn't use it at all. So I had a walker for a while and then a cane, and now I'm able to walk. I don't have a limp anymore. It's really coming along.
Agent Ferris says she's been overwhelmed by the support. She's received hundreds of cards and letters, many from strangers, and says she has read every single one of them.
She is a hero for sure. New updates from the NTSB on the plane crash in Broomfield that happened a week ago. Investigators say that plane took off from Rocky Mountain Metro Airport in Broomfield. It landed briefly in Watkins and then flew over Bennett before making its way back towards Broomfield. Air traffic controllers say they asked the pilot to make a turn and line up for the landing when the plane abruptly changed direction and then fell out of the sky. It crashed about a half mile from the runway. The pilot died in the crash. Investigators plan to continue looking at the wreckage, including the engine, to find out why the pilot changed direction and what happened after. COVID cases are up nationwide. A third of Americans now live in areas with COVID at a level where federal leaders are once again telling people to consider wearing masks indoors. Most of those areas are in the Northeast and the Midwest. We have more on the mask recommendation in a story right now on our website at 9news.com. Now here in Colorado, we're seeing cases start to rise as well. The 7-day positivity average is close to 9%. The number of hospital patients is also slowly rising as well. Colorado started the week with just over 100 patients. That number is now above 140.
The baby formula shortage is getting worse in America. Now President Biden is using the Defense Production Act to speed up the production of formula. It will require suppliers to direct needed resources to formula manufacturers. He's also ordering military planes to import formula from abroad. Now those formulas still need to meet U.S. regulations. Tomorrow, House Democrats will hold hearings on the shortages. They're hoping to pass legislation to increase the FDA's inspection staff to ensure that imported products are safe to consume.
As inflation continues to be high, everyone is looking for ways to save. Megan Bragg is verifying some viewer questions about a certain water bill saving technique.
We do it every night. You might have seen it on TV. This commercial claims running your dishwasher every day can save on water. That's when our Verify emails started coming in. Multiple people asking us if this is true. So the question, does running your dishwasher every day help save water? Let's verify. Our source is Mary Geiger, owner of All About the Pipes Plumbing, Anta Plumbing and Drain, and Charlotte Water. We went straight to the city of Charlotte. In an email, Charlotte City Water told us it depends on if it's a newer, more efficient appliance and how full the dishwasher is. They then told us a plumber would have the best answer. So we reached out to Geiger.
So it is much more beneficial to use a dishwasher.
On Anta Plumbing and Drain's website, it also states the dishwasher uses half the water you would have used by hand washing the dishes.
You could use 20 to 30 gallons per hand wash load of dishes versus most of the efficient dishwashers nowadays use anywhere between 3 and 5 gallons.
Geiger says an average faucet, if you leave it running, can drain 2 gallons per minute. So even if your dishwasher is not full, she says it's a better option and more sanitary.
You're not using sponges or washcloths that are harbor bacteria.
So we can verify that, yes, running your dishwasher every day can save on water. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Yeah, I think most people just leave the water running the entire time they're washing dishes, so that does waste a lot of water. Now, even if you're not looking to save money with our current drought situation, it may be smart to look for ways to save water. As you can see here on the federal government's drought tracking map, a large portion of our state sits under at least abnormally dry conditions, though you can see a lot of the orange designating severe drought as well. The state does have a developing water plan, which sets framework for addressing water problems connected to our ongoing drought. The Colorado Water Conservation Board is expected to release a draft of the 2022 water plan next month.